Princess Hina and her silent knight rode through the golden autumn wood. A gentle morning that was about to crack open. 6 masked assassins plunged from the canopy, swords drawn, eyes fixed on the princess. Kazuki dismounted without hurry. His hand closed around the hilt of a plain sword. He pulled the blade free, and the steel exploded into a raging golden flame. In less than 2 seconds, 6 bodies struck the forest floor. The fire vanished, leaving only smoke.
What was that? That flame? Are you some kind of monster?
Kazuki sheathed the sword. The divine glow faded as if it had never been.
Let's keep moving. We're losing daylight, and I'd rather not fight another ambush in the dark.
He expects me to pretend nothing happened. Who is this man?
The princess rode after him. The same path, suddenly feeling much narrower. They made camp as dusk swallowed the forest. Hina watched Kazuki across the fire, her questions burning brighter than the flames.
That flame wasn't a trick. I've seen sorcery. That was something else.
It was a weapon enchantment. The kingdom provides special gear for high-risk escorts.
A lie. He's treating me like a child.
Kazuki turned his attention to sharpening his blade, but Hina refused to let the silence stand.
You know, I don't want this marriage. I am being sold to a prince I've never met to settle a treaty. Why won't he say anything? Is he just another guard paid to deliver me? Who are you really? Why do you even care if I live or die?
Telling her the truth would only paint a larger target on her back.
Kazuki stared into the fire, and Hina felt the distance between them stretch into a chasm. As they entered a narrow ravine, a dozen assassins lunged from the rocks, blades hungry for royal blood.
Get behind the rocks. Now.
Kazuki waded into them without a spark of flame, just brutal, perfect precision.
No human moves like that. That speed, it's not just training.
When the last body fell, Hina knelt and found a bloodied metal badge, the royal crest of her own kingdom.
This is from the palace. Someone in my own court sent them.
Then it's not just bandits. This is a targeted conspiracy from within your own kingdom.
Who do I even trust now? My own family might want me dead.
Trust me, I will get you through this.
Hina pulled out their map, tracing the route with shaking hands. The forest had become a cage of unseen enemies. While Hina slept beneath her cloak, Kazuki knelt apart from the campfire, the weight of an old vow pressing against his ribs. His fingers brushed the sword hilt, and the celestial runes pulsed with a mournful light. Then memory tore him away. 80 years earlier, in the golden court of the heavens, the war god Asahi faced the tribunal. The decree was merciless. Unleash divine fire upon the mortal kingdoms. Purge their defiance. Asahi refused.
I will not slaughter those who cannot defend themselves. My blade was forged to protect, not to massacre.
The chains of heaven snapped tight. For his refusal, Asahi was stripped of his rank and cast from the eternal realm. His wings shattered into a storm of fading feathers. But Asahi did not perish. He chose a lowly knight's body, a vessel for atonement. Kazuki opened his eyes. The forest was silent, the memory already sinking back into the dark.
A single life, protected with everything I have. That is the only penance that remains.
From his clenched hand, a single divine feather, still glowing like a dying star, fell silently to the earth. Dawn broke cold, and Hina's patience broke with it. She pulled her horse alongside Kazuki, the question already burning on her tongue.
You killed 12 men without a scratch. No ordinary knight does that. Stop lying to me.
I trained in the Eastern martial disciplines. Speed and precision, nothing more.
That's not an explanation, it's a wall. He's hiding something huge.
Before Hina could press further, a whistle cut the air. 3 arrows, glowing with faint divine runes, shot from the tree line.
Down.
Kazuki threw himself in front of Hina. One arrow grazed his shoulder, the divine energy searing through his chain mail. He dispatched the hidden archers in a blur, but when he returned to Hina, his left arm hung a little too still.
You are bleeding. That arrow, it had magic, and you took it from me.
He gave no answer, only nudged his horse forward. Hina stared at his back, the lie now as visible as the blood seeping through his cloak. They stopped to water the horses. Kazuki finally peeled back his torn sleeve, and Hina saw it, a faint golden glimmer threading through the blood.
Your blood, it's shining. No human bleeds light. What are you?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. All that matters is I swore an oath to keep you alive.
An oath to whom? The court that wants me dead? Or someone else?
The one who gave me a second chance, and a debt I can never fully repay.
Before the argument could splinter further, hoofbeats thundered from the road. A royal messenger reined in, dust swirling. The messenger delivered a sealed scroll. Prince Aldrich was gravely ill. The wedding must be accelerated. Hina was to arrive within 3 days.
3 days. They're not even pretending this marriage is anything but a transaction.
We ride. Now. Whatever trap is waiting, we spring it on our terms.
The road ahead shortened, but the shadows grew longer. A dying prince, a forced wedding, and a knight carrying secrets that could burn a kingdom. They urged the horses faster, the canopy closing like a fist. Hina kept glancing at the silent night.
You swore an oath. What sin are you atoning for?
I failed someone. Now I carry a debt that can't be paid in gold or blood.
He speaks like a convict. What crime leaves a wound that never heals?
A figure dropped from above, not a common killer. A chain of divine light shot toward Hina. Kazuki's hand rose. A flicker of gold shattered the chain. His eyes blazed with ancient light.
Your eyes, they're glowing. Those aren't human eyes. Tell me the truth now.
Too much. She saw everything. I still can't explain.
After everything, you still won't answer. How can I trust a man who won't admit what he is?
He said nothing, but Hina's gaze lingered on his back, and the night no longer looked entirely mortal. That night, Hina lay staring at the stars, unable to close her eyes. She pushed herself up and spoke toward the darkness.
Are you a god? I saw your eyes ignite. Don't you dare lie to me again.
Kazuki sat motionless. The crackle of the fire swallowed her question. Then Hina's voice cracked.
I trusted you. I defended you to myself, and you just keep building walls.
I am not a god anymore.
Before Hina could demand more, a howl ripped through the silence. Not a wolf's, but something forged in heaven. 4 divine hounds lunged from the tree line, their fur glowing with unholy celestial fire. His blade erupted into golden flame, carving arcs of anger through the dark. The beasts fell one by one. When the last beast collapsed, Hina saw it, a faint, ghostly wing shape shimmering behind his shoulders before it dissolved.
They're tracking a divine scent. Someone sent them to find us. We move now.
Kazuki knelt aside a dead hound and turned its collar. Engraved there was a celestial sigil he knew too well.
Rio. This symbol belongs to my former subordinate.
Your subordinate. So this is your fault? Someone fell because of you.
She deserves the truth. I've buried it long enough.
Are you a criminal exiled from the heavens? A failed god who dragged others down?
I am a god who refused to kill. A comrade chose a darker road. The exile is mine to carry. His fall is not.
Hina stared at him, the firelight catching the dried blood on his cloak. The weight of his words settled between them.
So you were atoning for something you didn't even do. That's not justice, that's guilt. Do you even care about me? Or am I just your penance?
Both. I protect you because I swore to, and because you deserve more than being a pawn.
They rode in silence the next day, but the silence felt different, less hostile, more heavy with unspoken understanding. As the dark spires of the destination kingdom pierced the horizon, Kazuki's mind drifted to a memory he'd buried for 80 years. In the golden court of the heavens, Asahi and Rio had once stood as brothers in arms, bound by loyalty and purpose. When the purge order came, Asahi refused. Rio chose obedience, believing it would protect his place in the heavens.
Fight them, Asahi. If you refuse, we both fall. Don't throw everything away.
The castle gates swung open. A thin man in elegant advisor robes waited, his smile too sharp to be kind.
Princess Hina, welcome to the Kingdom of Iridia. Prince Aldrich has longed for this day.
Kazuki's hand tightened on his sword. The face was older, but the divine trace beneath the mortal skin was unmistakable.
He knows I am here. That smile isn't welcome. It's a declaration. The real trap just began.
Ryo's gaze slid from Hina to Kazuki, and for a single heartbeat, the mask dropped. Recognition, cold and dark. Ryo led them through halls hung with faded glory. The prince's quarters were dark, the air stale.
His Highness rests. The ceremony will proceed tomorrow. I assure you all is well.
No medicine, no attendant. That bed has been empty for weeks.
That night, Kazuki trailed a thread of divine energy to a hidden door in the lower keep. Inside, Prince Aldrich lay on a stone bier, his skin gray, a dagger wound over his heart.
Ah, there you are. No use disguising the obvious, is there, old friend? I will frame Hina for his murder. Her kingdom will answer. War will consume the lands, and the heavens will beg us to return. Stand with me. We'll take back what they stole. Our power, our place. We'll be gods again.
He's offering me the heavens. The price is her blood.
Kazuki neither took the hand nor raised his blade. The silence stretched, heavy with decades of undone oaths. Hina pressed a loose stone near her bedchamber and slipped into a narrow passage. The corridor twisted downward. Ahead, the murmur of voices became words. Through a crack in the door, she saw Ryo standing over a stone bier, Kazuki opposite him. Hina froze, her breath shallow, listening.
You were always the strongest, Asahi. Even now, your fire could reshape the heavens. Stop hiding in a dead knight's body.
I stopped being Asahi when I refused to burn innocent kingdoms. That name belongs to a ghost.
Asahi, the war god. The one who refused to kill, that's him, and this man was his soldier.
Then let the ghost rise. Help me start this war, and we'll force the heavens to reinstate both of us.
He's been protecting me, but he might still choose them. I am nothing but a pawn in a divine feud.
Hina stumbled back, the cold truth slicing deeper than any blade. She fled the dark, leaving the whispered conspiracy behind. The chamber door flew open. Hina stood in the doorway, eyes blazing through tears, a small dagger trembling in her grip.
You are both gods. You played me for a fool, didn't you? How long was I just bait?
Bait? You were always the prize, little princess, and the great war god Asahi was your keeper.
Hina, listen. I never wanted this. I tried to protect you from the very thing you are seeing now.
Protect me? You've been lying since the forest. Every word was a shield for your divine guilt.
Enough! Guards! The princess has uncovered a treasonous plot. Seize her!
Armed soldiers poured from the shadows, their eyes glazed with Ryo's influence. The trap was springing shut.
Not another step. Hina, for once in my ruined existence, trust me. I will get you out of this.
Hina's dagger clattered to the stone. She pressed her back to his, and the knight who had once been a god began to burn. Kazuki carved a burning path through the possessed guards, each swing a controlled blast of divine fury. Hina followed close, her breath ragged, but her eyes stayed on the knight's back.
My name was Asahi. I was the war god of the eastern heavens. I refused to purge, and they cast me down. I took this mortal shell to atone. Every life I save is a prayer for the blood I refused to spill.
You really did choose to fall. All those lies were to protect me.
I will not fail you again. I swear on the ashes of my wings.
Then no more lies. Promise me that. Whatever you are, whatever comes, no more walls.
I promise. No more walls.
The corridor behind them groaned with Ryo's reinforcements. But in that brief silence, a shattered bond began to mend.
Stay close. We end this together.
They burst into the throne room. Rio waited beneath the shattered banners, dark energy coiling like serpents around his smile.
I offered you the heavens, but you choose this mortal girl over your own glory.
He chose to protect. That's more than you'll ever understand, you hollow shell.
My atonement was never to rule. It was to defend what I once would have burned.
Then fall with her. Let me show you what divinity becomes when it stops repenting.
Rio's shadow erupted into a monstrous form of black divine fire. Twisting the air into screams, Kazuki threw up a barrier of gold, but the impact cracked his mortal shell, golden ichor seeping from his skin.
Hina, stay behind me.
Number, I am done hiding. If you are fighting a god, then I am fighting at your side.
She stepped into the fire with him, and for the first time, Kazuki's eyes held not guilt, but pride. Kazuki closed his eyes. The mortal pretense shattered. Golden light erupted from his skin, and wings of pure flame unfurled behind him.
I am Asahi, the war god who refused. And you, Rio, have forgotten what divinity was meant to be.
No, I won't be cast aside again. I'll tear you both to dust.
A single slash of Asahi's blade parted the dark energy like dawn cutting through night. Rio's black fire dissolved into smoke. Before Ryo could recover, Asahi's hand pressed against his chest. Golden veins spread across Ryo's skin, pulling the divinity from his soul.
You will live out the rest of your days as what you despised, a powerless old man. This is the mercy I never received.
Rio's body shriveled, his hair turned white, and the last trace of celestial light left him. He crumpled to the floor, a broken man. Asahi's divine form flickered, then receded, leaving Kazuki once more. He staggered, a thin line of gold trickling from his lips.
Kazuki, you are hurt. That form, it cost you, didn't it?
It cost what it had to, but your path is clear now. That's worth more than any divinity.
When dawn spilled through the shattered windows, Kazuki stood before the court, his voice steady and low. He laid out Ryo's conspiracy, the dead prince, the forged alliance, the war that would have devoured two kingdoms.
I carried a duty, and I have fulfilled it. I therefore resign my commission as knight of this escort. My service is done.
You saved my life and this kingdom. Ask for anything. Land, title, a place at my side. I will give it.
There is nothing I can accept. My path is not here. I must walk alone until the debt I carry is truly paid.
Hina caught him alone in the corridor, her voice cracking.
All those times you said you cared, was any of it real? Or was I just a duty?
It was real, but my heart is not mine to give. You will be a great queen. That is the only truth that matters now.
He turned and walked through the castle gates, his tattered cloak swallowed by the morning mist. Hina watched until the mist had taken him completely. Then she turned back to the throne that was now hers alone. When the truth of Ryo's plot reached the dead prince's family, they made an unexpected choice. Hina would inherit both kingdoms. The coronation was a blur of ceremony. They placed a heavy diadem on her head, and the hall erupted in cheers.
This crown isn't mine by choice, but I will carry it for all of them.
She rose as Queen Hina, ruler of two kingdoms. But as the crowd roared, her eyes searched the gallery for a ghost. In the silence of her study, she signed law after law. The quill was steady, but her mind wandered.
He told me I would be a great queen. I will prove him right.
At night, she stood by the window, the cold glass beneath her fingertips. No glow, no feather, only the indifferent stars.
No feather tonight, but I know you are still out there somewhere.
A full year passed. Her rule brought justice and peace, and the people loved her. But her smile never quite reached her eyes, and so Queen Hina bore the weight of two crowns, alone in a quiet throne room that still echoed with a memory of golden fire. The first anniversary of her coronation dawned pale and quiet. Hina crossed to the window and froze. On the sill lay a single feather, glowing faintly gold.
It's his. He's still watching over me. after all this time.
She lifted it with trembling fingers. A gentle warmth spread through her hand, as if the feather itself remembered her. For the first time in a year, a true smile touched her lips.
Asahi, I'll be the queen you believed in.
She pressed the feather to her heart, and the ache she had carried melted into quiet certainty.
I am not alone, I never was.
She turned back to the window, the feather still clutched in her hand, and watched the new day rise. The golden light of the feather mingled with the dawn, and for a moment, the world felt stitched together. And in that quiet chamber, a queen held a remnant of divinity, and was not alone. In a distant land where the hills rolled like forgotten whispers, a lone wanderer climbed a gentle slope and sat beneath the open sky. His cloak, still bearing the scars of battle, fluttered in the breeze. A single space among the weathered feathers remained empty.
She will be a great queen. That is enough.
He looked at the sky, where a faint golden light pulsed once, then faded. He did not look away. He rose, his plain sword resting against his shoulder, and set off down the other side of the hill into the quiet world below. And so the quiet knight walked on, his divine duty fulfilled, his atonement found in a single, steadfast act of protection. No kingdom would know his name. No ballad would sing of his fall, but on a windowsill in a distant castle, a feather would arrive every year, without fail, and the queen who ruled alone would pick it up, press it to her heart, and remember the god who chose to be a knight for her sake. And somewhere, beyond the edge of the world's maps, a quiet knight walked on, his penance complete, his heart finally at peace. Asahi, the war god who refused, became the quiet knight who saved a kingdom. And his atonement, like the feather, was eternal. Hina crossed to a small wooden box on her dresser, lifting the lid to reveal a collection of delicate keepsakes. Inside lay a dried flower from her journey and another feather, already faded. She placed the new feather among them, its golden light pulsing softly before settling. With a gentle click, she closed the box and turned to the window.
Thank you, Asahi.
Every year, on the anniversary of her coronation, a single divine feather would grace her windowsill. She gathered each one, a quiet testament to a vow that stretched beyond the heavens. The war god who became a knight never returned, but his presence lingered in those fragile tokens. And every time, she remembered the one who chose exile over massacre and protection over power. Asahi, the war god who refused, kept his vow in silence. And Hina, the queen who had once been a pawn, ruled with the strength he had seen in her. His sword, the plain blade with celestial runes, rested beneath a quiet tree. Footsteps faded into the earth, leaving no trace but a whisper of gold. In the divine realm, a single throne stood empty, marked with the sigil of the war god. No chant rose to claim him, no trumpet called his name, yet the heavens remembered the one who had chosen mercy over command. His atonement, like the fire he once wielded, had burned away the chains of exile, and somewhere beyond the gates of eternity, his journey reached its quiet end. Asahi, the war god who refused, became the quiet knight who saved a kingdom. And somewhere beyond the heavens, his atonement was complete. A single feather fell through the eternal clouds, and the heavens fell silent.